Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this presentation. This is a continuation of series that I'm doing on whole person health. And today I'm focusing on physical health, but as you can see from the little diagram, spiritual and emotional health are the other sides of the triangle, and they're all important, I think. And so we need to work on all of them if we want to have optimal health. And today, I'd like to focus on what I'm going to call cleaning up the nest. So the concept that we have soiled our nest is an idea that's been shared by a lot of people in terms of how toxins in the environment have damaged us in a lot of different ways. And one of the things that I'd like to share today is a story that happened, and but the context is autism and how to have as good an outcome as possible with a child with autism, but also some insights into decreasing the risk of autism. And we don't know all of the causes. We don't know most of the causes, in fact, of autism. We have a lot of suspicions, but we don't know with certainty as much as we would like to. But we do know that environmental stressors do play a significant role in autism. And so decreasing the toxins in the environment decreases risk of autism for a mom that's pregnant. And protecting that pregnancy is really important. Well, after the baby is born and after a child has been diagnosed with autism, it's still extremely important to decrease the toxins that are soiling the nest. So in a nest, the little birds are kind of stuck. They can't go anywhere till they can fly, and so it's a sort of a self-contained ecosystem, and whatever's in that nest is going to affect those birds. And just in the same way, whatever is in your home is the nest for your little children and or your little grandchildren. So they can't escape from those toxins. And we've got all sorts of chemicals around us that are truly toxic, and we've just accepted them as part of the environment. And this discussion that I had with the patient was triggered by the idea of how to drink safe water. And this mom had brought her autistic child in, who has improved a lot in symptoms as the addressing the GI tract and the health of the GI tract with probiotic strategies and some other nutrients that she's been taking have helped a lot. But we talked, what else can we be doing? And the subject came across how she could address the water issue. She knew that city water that was unfiltered was definitely not good, with its chlorine and fluoride and other stuff that is still there. And so she was trying to provide the best water she could, but she was always serving it up to her child in these little plastic water containers. And so I mentioned her that there's really no water containers that are plastic that don't leach. The research shows that even the best plastics leach some, and many of these new chemicals that have been substituted for the old ones that have been identified as toxic haven't been tested very much, but it does appear that all plastics to some extent leach hormone disrupting chemicals, and that cannot be good for anybody, especially somebody who's had some brain inflammation, which is what is partly going on in autism. So we talked about how the best approach forward would be to get a really good water filter system rather than depending on these bottled water things, because water will, if it's in touch with a substance that is at all able to be broken down, will absorb some of the nutrients, or not nutrients, some of the toxins and chemicals from that substance. So Stainless steel water container is relatively free of that process. Glass is even better, but all the plastics are going to leach a little bit into water if it's in contact with it long enough, which of course it is. It's in there for days, weeks, sometimes months before you even start to drink water from it. And so I encourage you to clean up your nest so that those that live in the nest aren't exposed to unnecessary chemicals. And start with the most basic things. Clean up your water and make sure that you're drinking water that does not have toxins in it. It will improve everybody's health and decrease the burden of chemical stress for your body. So I wish you well, God bless, and have a good day.